The pendant is a device that has been designed with nature in mind once again. And this is for its ability to transfer spinning energy in such a way that things can also become very, very big through the counterclockwise spin and very, very small through the clockwise spin. Now, this design has already embedded within it the spin. As you can see, there are concentric circles that go around, and as they move away from the center, they expand and expand and expand. And this happens to be in both sides. So this device, which is a tool to transfer spinning energy, it is used to pulsate in such a way that it keeps E-smog away from us. E-smog is electronic smog that has been produced by computers, mobile phones, interference with the lights, cameras, video games, computers that are found in cars, in airplanes. So this energy that emanates from this design follows what is known as the Doppler effect. This is the one that is very obvious when you hear the siren of an ambulance. The ambulance could be very far away, and yet it sounds like it is just around the corner. And when the ambulance goes by, the sound tends to dissipate as time goes by until it vanishes. In the same way, the energy that emanates from the pendant, it's able to create a vortex that will stop radiation from the environment to come inside your body. And this allows for more strength, more energy, and more vitality. The most important thing about the pendant is that it protects you from electronic smog. And also it maintains your brain frequency in a level that you are highly assertive, highly intuitive, highly receptive, and therefore you can recall information a lot easier. So if you are studying, if you are reading, if you are writing, you will be more in tune with that you're doing. And you won't be disturbed by sound or noises, or even better, your own thoughts. So you will stay focused in the task that you are doing, because the vibration that comes out of this pendant is allowing you to switch on to the right hemisphere of your brain cortex. And this is where your creativity, your imagination, your intuition lies on. So the beauty pendant is a very valuable tool to keep you focused in the task that you are doing. It keeps away the electronic smog that you are exposed to, and it gives you much better energy level as well as stamina, meaning you will be able to do more in less time, and you will be focused on the things that you need to do without being spread out by many other things that come and might interrupt you. Now, we're going to do a demonstration to prove this, so that you can see how far this energy can go. And the energy can go as far as the eye can see. Why? Because this energy comes from here, forms a vortex that goes in your direction, and it expands. And as it expands, it fills the space. And that space, we call it the quantum energy field. We have two people here that are going to help me to demonstrate the properties of the pendant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a strength test first, and I'm going to ask you to place your fingers together and tie them up as hard as you can. So hard that you can actually see the whiteness in the skin, meaning you are pressing against the fingers quite strongly. So that has enough energy for me to do this and do that. Basically, I can open your fingers quite easily. Now, what I would like you to do is you're gonna wear the pendant like that, and you're just gonna focus on his eyes. And at the same time, you're gonna have your fingers tied up with the same strength as you did before. And now you just need to look him in the eye, because he is sending you the energy so that you can transform that into force. And that force will be applied to your fingers, so that, once again, I won't be able to do that. And now look at that. Ah! And I'm really going for it. My fingers are even yellow because I was putting a lot of pressure, and yet you were able to feel the effect of this energy that is fluctuating like this, is coming to you, is expressing itself in a force. That force is allowing you to keep your fingers together. In that way, what you've seen is just a little demonstration using kinesiology, muscle testing. And this energy has been expressed through his eyes so that he can send it across. That expression is because the energy is already there. Where is it? In the pendant. And it manifests in his body so that he can express it when he sends it across. What we are going to do now is demonstrate what happens if he didn't have the pendant. So I'm going to remove the pendant from his neck. And now I'm going to ask him to look at her in the eye, just as they were before. Now, could you please put your fingers together once again? You need to leave a bit of a hole there so that I can have room to place my fingers in there. And then you're going to move like that and look him in the eye, look her in the eye. There's no pendant, no nothing, and look at that. Okay? So once again, put your fingers very, very tight so that you can see that there is yellow there. Put them like that. I bring my fingers like this and I open them, just like this. Now we're going to do the opposite. You're going to send the energy to him. To prove that he is not energized, have a look at this. His fingers go together again. I take my two fingers and put them here. Look her in the eye, look him in the eye, and then at the count of 3 I'm going to press. 1, 2, 3, go. Just like that, it opens up. Okay, once again, hold your fingers together very tight. Basically stop me from doing what I just did, and you will see this. You can do this as you are looking at me, so that you can see the effect of this in your own experience. So let's go again. At the count of 3, we'll open the fingers, and you tie them up as hard as you can, and tell them your life depends on it, so that you really, really, really put pressure on this. And at the count of 3, look her in the eye. 1, 2, 3, go. And you open the fingers like that. Now we're going to use it using the pendant again. And she's wearing the pendant. She can look at him. And when she does, do the same thing again. Fingers together, eye to eye contact. And at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go. Boom! And here again. My fingers are very yellow because I was putting a lot of pressure and I couldn't even open them. No way. Okay? This just shows you how the energy can travel and be transferred from one being to another. How far away do you think these two can be from each other for this to have an effect? Well, she could be in the other side of the street, or she can be in the other side of in another building across the road, and he will be able to still send and transfer that energy. So pretty much this becomes limitless. If you have an intention of helping somebody, people use prayer to do that. When you pray, you thank God for every single thing that you've been given and every single thing that you have, but also you pray for your friends with an intention. When you focus on that prayer with a pendant, you can actually allow for that energy to be transferred to the other person, no matter where that person is in the world. And we can do experiments, and we have done, where we got pay people on Skype, for example. They are in the other side of the world. As far away as we are in Malaysia, these people could be in Australia, they could be in Mexico, they could be in Sweden. So the distance really doesn't matter. And what these people will have to do is just simply look through the camera into the eyes of the person who is wearing the pendant. And they can ask anyone in their side of the world to open their fingers and you will see exactly the same effect. So there is no distance when it comes to this type of energy. And the best part is that there's no time when it comes to this part of energy. Simply because this is quantum physics, it happens very quickly. And remember what we said before, energy travels through the least resistance. And that path doesn't waste any energy. And that is efficiency, meaning the minimum of energy with the maximum return. Your body uses this energy in order to heal itself. This energy has the ability to remind the body that has its own healing capability. And when it does, you will stay well for very,